Hey, this is Joe Malone, and super excited to talk with Executive and Artistic Director of Stebens Children's Theater, Seth Schaefer, is with us. I got through, there was a lot of S's in a row right there, and I got through it, Seth. We're here to talk about Frozen Junior, Disney's Frozen Junior, which is coming up. Is this Thursday? Is the first performance?
Yep, we're opening this Thursday, the 9th of October.
Wow. And Disney's, well, Frozen, unless you've been Frozen, you know what Frozen is and what it's all about. I want to bring this back up here. So we've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 7 p.m. And then next weekend, is it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday again at 7 p.m.?
Yeah, we also have a Wednesday next week as well.
Oh, and a Wednesday as well. Okay. So lots of different dates. And then there's, it looks like 4 different matinee performances as well.
Absolutely.
Wow. So how many shows is that are being packed into about a 10-day period?
We have 13 different performances of the show. We wanted to really, with this show, expand as much as we can because it is such a popular Disney classic that we hope that, we'd get a lot of support from the community to come and see this because it just really is a fun show.
And now tickets are available still for performances. So whether you're let's go at 7 o'clock, get the whole nighttime theater vibe, or, I want to bring my kids out. And that's, I think, a cool thing with the scheduling with the matinees, like having 4 of them at 2 o'clock. You're going to want to bring the kids out to this. And then you don't have to deal with them being cranky owls, at 9 o'clock when you get home.
Yeah, absolutely. And the good thing is this is a junior show. So even our evening performances, we'll have the entire audience out of there by 8:30 every night because the show itself runs about an hour and 15 minutes, depending on the pacing on stage, with a 10-minute intermission. So there's a lot of opportunity to get the kids home and ready in time for bed.
Excellent. And I grabbed a bunch of the photos. If you want to see these photos more, you can check out Stebens Children's Theater on social media. Be kind of rolling through these during our conversation here. Shout out as well to Neurosurgery of North Iowa for being the presenting sponsor of Disney's Frozen Junior at Stebens Children's Theater. Talk to me about how how did you pick this play? Why did you think this was going to be a good one for the kids, a good one for the audience?
Well, like anytime that you're creating a season, like as an artistic director, you want to come up with like an overarching theme of what your entire season is going to be. And so this year, because like we really looking at our student body, we have like a lot of really strong females here at Stebens. And so our goal when we were looking at this is like, what are some of the really strong female protagonist shows that are out there that we can kind of explore, like what it means to be a lady in like a world that doesn't necessarily embrace, the women being the ones that have the power. So that was kind of our goal as we were working through the season. And Frozen really is one of those iconic Disney shows that from the beginning, your protagonist is a female, and I can even, I've made the argument when I was teaching before too, that the antagonist is actually a female, because the protagonist, if you really think about it, is Anna, and you're following her journey through it. And the antagonist, the one that creates all the problems, is not Hans, even though he is a antagonist. It's actually Elsa, because Elsa's the one through her own like faults and character flaws created all these problems. But then she becomes a protagonist at the end too, because she actually has some change in character arc as well. Whereas traditional antagonists don't change at all, like Hans.
They just stay antagonizing.
That's right. That's right. They have their one goal and they never learn from it.
So is it for the play and for the movie, is it more who's the A1? Is it Elsa or is it Anna?
Anna's the one with a lot more of the stage time and a lot more of the singing as well. So you just like in the movie, like if you really think about and watch the movie, like Anna's journey is who we're with during the entire piece. And so that's really what's happening on stage here too, is Anna, we're following her character journey, where Elsa is really important and that's such an iconic character. It has like all these iconic songs throughout it, but she is not the main protagonist, and that is Anna.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think part of it, like in my head, is you think Frozen, you think Let It Go. Who's singing Let It Go?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what sticks out there. Now, I want to talk about. I'll see if I can find the right spots here. So, like Olaf. Are we getting a full-on snowman on stage, or what's happening?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I've been working, for the last month or so to build and design an Olaf and a Sven based off of what we have in our budget to be able to make, as well as what our students can be able to perform, to be able to have, something that feels iconic, like a reindeer on stage, and something like a snowman. So there's going to be life-size puppets. And when I say life-size, the Sven is actually much larger than the performer who's performing it. And Olaf is, I haven't actually measured him, but I bet he's at least 4.5, if not taller, feet. So he's a pretty tall puppet himself.
Well, I know the Sven, I saw you bringing that in the other day, and I'm like, what in the heck are you pulling out of your trunk right now? And you're like, it's Sven. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like it's a very involved thing. Like when Sven comes out on stage, I'm guessing the audience is going to be like, dang, look at that.
Absolutely. And since you saw it, he has antlers now and eyes and all that. You just saw him in his rough form, so the kids could start practicing with him and rehearsing with them. And with these larger puppets, like, it is a lot of muscle work too, and a lot of strength training, because you're holding up a lot of that weight of the puppet. So it's really important to get them in the kids' hands as soon as possible, even if they're not completely finished. But they are looking awesome right now, and the kids are having a fun time just making these puppets come to life.
Now, during rehearsals, has there been a moment on stage that made you just smile, like, oh my goodness, I can't wait for the public to see this scene or this song or whatever it may be?
Well, I think it's going to be the iconic one, right? It's Let It Go. That is the one that I think that the audience is really going to get behind. And one of the things that we did was we commissioned a dress from a artist in California, which is a transformation dress. So there is like this moment on the stage where Elsa goes from her iconic first half of the movie dress to, in the matter of like 2 seconds, in her sequins blue dress that you see later in the movie. So it happens right on stage, right in front of the audience, and it's pretty amazing. And so I think it's going to be a spectacle. One of the cool things is, like, the kids that are not in that scene, like, they really just want to sit in the audience so they can see how that transformation happens on stage, and then they cheer like crazy. So I think that we're going to have this really magical moment that's going to happen right there for all of our audience.
Very, very cool. Yeah. And a lot of kids involved with the different roles. I mean, you think about Frozen, just about every character, has its moments in this production.
Yeah, and we really try with our chorus members as well to highlight them in their own different ways. And obviously we can't make it snow on stage, so we have like a whole group of kids that are the snow chorus. So like they become the ice structures on stage in these really elegant white dresses, and so Elsa is able to kind of control them and make them move around and everything throughout it. So it's really fun in the choreography. And the great thing with the choreography is not only did myself and our other director work on the choreography, but we also had a lot of students who really wanted to help out with that as well this time around. So we had a lot of student involvement to make these pieces come to life.
Very cool. Now, again, tickets are available right now. Stebens, ct.com is the website to go to, or stop in at the box office if you're old school and like, I just want to hand a person money. You can do that. What's a good time for people to stop by if they want to do it old school and stop by the box office?
Well, we'll always have the box office open 30 minutes prior to any show, so that's a great opportunity, even if you're not seeing it that evening. And then anytime there's a tier class going on, there'll be one of us. So starting at 4:30 daily, we're there to be able to take tickets and everything too. But currently we don't have a box office manager. So if you're looking for a job as well, we're looking for somebody to manage our box office and a lot of the administrative tasks that like the kind of administrative assistant is how that role is. And like graphic design, because they help with like the creating of our posters and programs and all that. So it's a very multifaceted role, but a really fun one to get your feet wet in a lot of these aspects.
And then just reach out to Stebens and leave a note or drop off a resume or
or you can email us here at Stebens, which is Stebens Theater, and theaters with an R-E at the end, at gmail.com.
Okay, easy peasy. Oh, and tier classes. Tier classes are going. What are we starting? Month number 2 of tier classes?
Yep, we're in October right now. We started in September, and now we're in October, and we actually have room in our tier classes. Like we have tier classes of all different sizes. So currently, my tech tier is our smallest, which we have 3 students in, which is great because we do a lot of the building for the shows. So these kids are helping design and build our set pieces, our props, our helping with the costumes, helping with the lighting. So I'd love to have, no more than 10 in that class, just because there's a lot of like management of like, hey, these are the cool projects we're working on, and kind of overseeing them. But then like our other classes, like even tier 6, I have 27 students in that. And, I'd love to see that get above 30. And the cool thing is, being in some of these classes, you get to audition for the shows as well. So you'll get a chance to be on the stage and to be able to perform in our amazing productions this year.
Yeah, you could be the next Sven. There's Sven. I finally found Sven. So Ginevra there. Showing some more of the students and their roles. Now remind me here, Duke of the Duke, is that the little guy in
Little
the
guy, yep.
Yeah, okay.
And I couldn't find a really good wig that flips, so there's not that aspect. He has this really fun full-time wig that he's wearing, and but he's hilarious. Like Easton's one of our younger students, and he's just very, very funny in that role. And so we're really excited to see this. This is what we're talking about before. Like there's some of the iconic like aspects of the movie that we're trying to replicate as much as possible for the audience, and Easton does a great job at playing that character.
So sorry, I didn't mean to derail from tier class talk. But if people are interested in getting their child involved in tier classes and letting them learn about theater and learn about performance and arts and whatnot, more info is at stebensct.com. That's the website.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you can register for tier classes there. You just fill out the registration form. And then you just take a look at, like, you don't have to start in tier 1. You can look at your students' age, look at your students' like their talent level, what they want to do. So like if they are like, let's say 11, you will see that 11-year-olds can qualify for many different tiers, but you might be like, hey, my kid loves musical theater, which would be tier 3. So just take a look at the descriptions and you can start, I've had students start at tier 6, tier 7, and that's the first tier they did. So you don't have to worry about starting from 1, or if you missed out the opportunity at 1, you don't have to be like, oh, I can't join it at all. You can join at any point and just let us know, and we'll find a spot for you.
Excellent. Once again, the Frozen Junior performances start on October 9th and run through October 19th. Plenty of different dates, plenty of different times. Get your tickets by going to stebensct.com and get ready for the show. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Seth Schaefer, our Executive and Artistic Director for Stebens Children's Theater, thanks so much for taking time to talk this morning.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, Joe.